Y'all, welcome back to the Sunshine Way. I am your lovely host Chiya, and welcome back to my channel where we become better teachers, better dancers, and live a life of light and let our light shine. So on today's video, you know why you're here, you know why you clicked on the title. Today we're going to be talking about end of the year checklists, end of the year duties, preparation for the next year. What I want you to gain from this video is, what should I be doing to complete the year, right? But what can I do that's going to prepare me for next year so that I'm not coming in from summer enjoying my best life with running around like a chicken with my head cut off, or like completely lost and confused, right? What can I be doing to change that narrative, right? So I have a couple of things on my list that's going to prepare you for next school year, and then it's also going to make sure that that you feel confident in what you did this year and how this year happened. Because at the end of the day, whether nobody tells you, know in yourself that teaching this year was a challenge. It was new for everybody. It was challenging for the kids, but most importantly challenging even more for you as a teacher, because you had to get creative, you had to get new, you had to do things a little bit different, right? And then you had to get used to and adjust to the way things are. But hopefully next school year we'll be completely back to living our normal lives and doing what we got to do, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, so we want to be prepared for next school year, and we also want to make sure that we do everything that we need to do for the year to come. And some of these things will be on the checklist that you get from your administration at the end of the year, but I just want to kind of address those and talk on those to maybe give you a couple little tips that'll help you do those things quickly and efficiently so you can start your summer break. You need to start your summer break. Like, yeah, we're ready. Anyways, let's start with the first thing on this list, and it's making sure that all paperwork is done. Alright, and the most important, whether you are a regular ed teacher or a special education teacher, one of the most important paperwork that you have to finish before you leave is the folders. Okay, so you have cumulative folders, and then you have your kind of like transition folders. So let me explain a little bit what that is. Cumulative folders is of like what classes they took, some things that you need to put in that folder that they did, basically just like a caps of their year, and you're just adding that stuff in there, right? Now every homeroom teacher has to complete their homeroom, well, for middle school and high school. I'm not sure about, well, yeah, it would be the same for elementary. Your classroom, you're completing that folder for them. Now as far as transition folders are a mess, because first of all, you have to make sure everything that the child, any piece of paper that has ever been written on this child, looked at by this child, is done. So you want to make sure that you go through everything, print off everything, make sure everything is signed, and you put those in those folders, because those folders are going to their new school, whether they're going from 5th grade to 6th grade or 8th grade to 9th grade. You want to make sure everything is in that folder and it is done. The second thing is all lessons and extras are organized. So this one is like super duper important, y'all, because you want to make sure that if it worked and if your content was organized and it flowed well, that you can reuse it next year. Yes, you might have to do a little tweaking and stuff to it because you have different students, but for the most part, the base of that lesson, the foundation of that lesson, you already have, so you don't have to recreate that wheel every year. So if it worked, keep it and make sure it's organized. Okay, in January we did this, and I know that I can do this. Yes, I might have to tweak it, or I might add an activity or take away an activity, but this is what we did and this is what worked, right? This is how it went. So make sure, and on top of that, if it didn't work, maybe you need to remove it. So maybe you put it in a folder behind what did work, and you be like, okay, things that I wasn't really feeling, but you keep a hold of it to make sure that just in case I might want to pull it out, I can, right? So make sure that you have that stuff organized and you have it laid out. The next thing is, make sure if you're moving classrooms or you're moving to a different content area, different grade level, that you know what you need to do with your classroom, because you don't want to come in at the beginning of the school year, when we only come in like a week before school actually start, trying to move an entire classroom when you can really move it before you even leave school, right? And anything that you did not use, like I had like these buckets in my classroom and I did not use them the entire year. So like, do I really need them? Do I really need to have them taking up space and looking junky if I didn't really use them? So think about some of the tools and manipulatives or decorations, decors that you wasn't really feeling, that didn't really work in your room, or things that materials that y'all didn't use, and figure out how you're going to stash those away or how you can implement those in your new room. If you think that you might be moving grade level or content area or to a different classroom, reach out to your administration and say, hey, am I moving? Am I staying? So you'll know, okay, let me go ahead and take all these posters off the wall. Let me go ahead and like pack up my desk so that I already know what I'm getting into and where I'm moving to. The next thing is virtual locks. So what I mean by virtual locks is, like, for example, on Canvas, if y'all use Canvas, when you lose your students or your students move somewhere else, sometimes that content can be lost, or if it's not touched for a long time, that content can be lost. So you have to make sure that you move that into a separate thing so that your content is locked. That way when you come in for the next school year, you can move it to where it's available for your students. Because if not, sometimes it just deletes it and erase it and act like you never created it, and then you lost it forever. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to, again, recreate or reinvent the wheel. The same thing with Google Classroom. You want to make sure that all the slides that you made, all the quizzes that you made in Google Classroom or wherever you made them, are still available, and you can kind of lock those away and keep those moving. And then last but not least, please do a reflection, okay? And this is a reflection for yourself. You can do one with your students, of course, so you can get feedback on how they think you did, how they think the year went. That way you can apply that new information to the next year. But also do one to yourself and say, what could I have done better? What did I do good at? What do I plan on trying? What should I kind of like shy away from? And really truly do a reflection so that you can make your next year even better, because at the end of the day, we're going to keep growing, right? We're going to become better teachers as the more time goes if we're reflecting and we're applying what we reflected on, if that makes sense. So that is the last one that I have. Thank y'all for popping into this quick video. Make sure that you get everything done that you need to get done for the end of the year, and you leave on a good note and organized and prepared. That way when you go into the next school year, you're ready to hit the ground running. And on top of that, like, I know you're ready to start summer, because I am. So I hope that you all have a good end of the school year. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you tap that notification bell so you can be notified every time your girl upload. And remember, be humble, be inspiring, be kind, y'all, and don't forget to shine. I see y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye. Cut.